some of the info about it. So, Matt, feel free to tell us about what's going to be going on and why
Wait,
they
wait,
need.
wait. Before we start with that, Matt, are you in Italy right now?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that painting behind your head?
Yes, that is of The Godfather. Story about that, actually.
Yeah.
I did not buy it here. There's a little theme park in Williamsburg called Busch Gardens.
I've been there.
Yeah, the Italian section of the park. I used to work at the park. I used to be a sound engineer. They paint these as part of one of the shows, and it's they paint the thing in about 10, 15 minutes while this guy's wearing stilts. And
Wow.
I decided
Oh, it sounds like this other artist named Denny something. They used to paint things upside down and backwards, and he turned it upside down. It's like it was amazing. That's so you brought that all the way to Italy.
Yes. When I came over here originally, they'll ship as much stuff basically as I want. They'll ship like a whole tractor trailer full of stuff. So I shipped a bunch of ridiculous stuff, and every time I extend my tour, they ship more stuff. So
People question why The Godfather, being that you're in Italy.
no, they seem to like it. All the Italians that have come do work here, they all like, oh yeah, very good, very good.
So you've been right.
Wow, that's awesome.
Yeah,
I like it.
All right. Sorry to interrupt. Go ahead. Go ahead. Let us know what's going on.
So, Italy event here in Naples. We got that Newark to Naples flight. Now we have 2 coming up, and now they're going to be competing with Delta and American. They're going to be flying here as well. We have Friday for those who would like to dive. We have a dive trip, or if we're not diving, we got I think we got Pompeii or no, underground tour happening that day.
Oh, underground. Okay.
What's the dive look like again? You said it was like a old city that was a sunken city.
Yes. So the sunken city of Baia, back in the day, all the Caesars would be up in Rome, and this would be like their vacation house down here in Napoli. And down on the shoreline, they had all the really, really nice villas. Unfortunately, this whole area is volcanic, as you're aware. We have Pompeii, and underneath of Mount Vesuvius. We also have Campe Flegrei, which is in the Bay of Naples here, and there's that whole area has sunk into the ocean. So now it used to be above the water. Now it's about 10 meters under the water, and you can go diving.
Wow, have you done it?
Yeah, I did it 2 months ago, and I've done it a bunch of times. I usually go if somebody wants to go there. I've seen it all. Pretty cool.
Yeah.
I took a bunch of videos.
Nice. No, because I'm a diver and I've never seen them like that. I've done like tons of shark dives, reef dives, wreck dives, but never an underground city. So it sounds pretty appealing.
Yes, it's pretty legit. Under the sunken city. So all of the most of the walls have washed away, and you have basically about this much of a wall surrounding the foundation, and they have all these beautiful mosaics that are all still preserved. They just basically dust the sand off, and they show them to you, and then they cover them back up.
So how big is that dive party? That the maximum size for the dive party you can get?
Oh, I mean, we get the whole boat if we want, like 20 people.
Okay, but people need to let you know in advance, because 20 people probably be the cap for that.
I would probably say yes.
Okay. So what I'm trying to arrive at is letting people know about this far enough in advance, because right now in our previous webcast, Julie said that the rooms at the Renaissance are going over $500 a day. So that is something that we want to make sure people get in on this quickly and book as soon as they can.
Okay, I can contact them also, and we can see about doing a room block, because that would probably bring the price down. In the past,
one of our members, Beth, who was on a previous podcast, she's a travel coordinator. So maybe she could help. If you're interested, she may be able to help and talk about different rooms and different ways she can help you in the hotel blocks. She had some ideas. Okay.
Awesome. Yeah. We can definitely do that. And then we have the second day, we have the Naples boat trip. The size of the boat's going to be dependent upon the number of people we have coming and how much we want to spend. But we got anything from a small like 8-person boat up to like a 50-person boat. Somewhere in between there is probably what we're going to have. Depart from an area near Naples, we get picked up. It's all included in the price. Pick us up, take us to the boat, lunch in the boat. Some drinks are included. We can, bring some wine, bring some stuff for spritzes. Tour around Capri or that area, or in Ischia, kind of dependent upon the weather and everything, but it's all absolutely beautiful. And that's Saturday. So Friday, if people have to work and stuff, if they don't get there till Friday night, we can they can certainly join us Saturday and Sunday for the two bigger events, going on the boat, and then Sunday, basically late lunch, early dinner at. Okay. Can you guys hear that?
Yeah, don't worry about
Yes.
it. Like on the earlier podcast, the people never come to clean our house early ever, and of course they did. So the vacuum's running in the background, the dog's barking. I kept muting it, so part of the fun of life.
Yeah, there's fireworks going off, and it's no special occasion. There's just fireworks every day here for no reason.
Wow.
Fireworks. You can buy whatever you want here, by the way. There's no laws. Naples, there's basically no laws here. So
I've driven there. I know.
yeah, it's insane. So you can buy whatever you want. And my friend bought some that were for professionals, and he's like, the guy's like, do you know what you're doing? He's like, yeah. He's like, okay, here you go. It's like $300. It's the size of a suitcase, and nobody asked for any sort of qualifications here. Let us take your money. Anyway, Sunday winery tour and lunch/dinner. Basically, just eat breakfast and do not eat anything else before this event. Biggest meal I've ever had in Italy, and that's saying a lot.
Where's this winery on Sunday? You said
it's in Terrassi. It's right outside the city. It's about 45-minute drive, I'd say. I'll arrange transportation depending on how many people we have. It will depend on how big the bus is, but Cantina Antonio Caggiano is the name of the winery. I should have that in the event, but basically you tour the winery, get dinner, and then you have wine. Every course of the meal, there's wine, and then you've tasted all this guy's wines, and at the end, you can go to the store and you can buy whatever you want and bring it home.
sounds like a terrible time.
Yeah, it's terrible. And by the way, a few things for those who do not travel internationally, or at least don't try to check bags. I know you guys some people don't like to check luggage, but you're flying to the States and you're flying on United, so you'll get the full 70-pound per bag baggage allowance times 3 for all of us. And you can bring back as much wine as you want. You have to declare it to customs, but they don't.
Yeah.
They just scoff at me. I'm like, I got 12 bottles. I paid $45 for it. They're just like, okay, just go. You're fine. I don't care. So
They're looking for slightly more important things.
exactly.
Giant bags of fireworks.
Sorry?
It's like giant bags of fireworks. That's what they
Yeah,
don't
exactly. Yeah. Can't bring fireworks
On a plane, no, not typically.
want. That.
There's something called a wine angel. I'm not sure if you've seen this. They sell them on Amazon.
Yes.
It's an actual outer bubble wrap bag, and there's an inner bubble wrap sleeve. So you put the bottle in the inner bubble wrap sleeve, then you slide that bubble wrap into the outer sleeve, and then there is a zipper, and then there's a piece of Velcro that you fold over on the zipper. So if it does break, it will not leak in your bag. So you put 4 or 5 or 6 of these in your bag, and a dozen, whatever you want, and they will hold your wine quite well and happy. Even if the bottles bounce against each other, they won't break. So
I have something very similar. I've had wine wings, which is another
I think
one of
it's
those.
the same. Yeah.
I've had terrible experience back and forth with wine wings just because the TSA sees them, and apparently those people are not intelligent enough to actually open the thing without tearing it. So they just cut the side of it, and I was bored. Okay, I'm going to preface this with the fact that I was bored, and it was during the year of 2020. I actually filed a claim against TSA for the $5 for the wine bag, and they replaced it. It took 9 months, and I had nothing better to do because it was lockdown here, and I just bugged them. I just trolled their Instagram page every day until I got my money.
You know what? Sometimes they need to learn. I like the shirt, by the way.
Thank you.
What'd you get that for?
I got it 2017, the retirement of the 747 at Family Day in San Francisco. The points guy actually had basically a raffle for tickets to it. It was a very small number of people doing the raffle because there were 30 tickets and you had to provide your own transportation to get there, which
Oh,
I think
okay.
so. I
Hey,
booked
you
the
no
ticket.
matter how you win, you win. That's the
Yeah.
important part.
Yeah, it was a good time. Points guy's really tall. He's taller than me.
Is he? He
Yeah.
gets a lot of free tickets to places I've seen.
Yeah.
I was actually reading some of his articles. He got a free ride to New Zealand on the inaugural. He gets a lot of it's a rough
Yeah.
gig he has. Rough gig.
Well, he has a partnership with United
Mhm.
because back before he had the partnership with United, he was a lot more critical of the airline, and now he
I
can't say that.
can't imagine. They should come to us. Maybe we're too critical of them. What do you think, Scott? In the group, in some of the posts we put in.
I mean, I don't know. I think it's pretty reasonable. Like, and we definitely say a lot of good things. I mean, I enjoy flying United. That's why I'm here. But the food's not perfect. Now the 900 miles or less thing they're dropping. I mean, there's things they're not doing that. There's things that don't make sense that they're doing.
Yeah.
The 900 miles or less. What was that?
900 miles or less, they're not giving you food on first class anymore.
Oh yeah, I saw that. Yeah.
So you got some hub to hubs, like what is it, like Denver to San Fran or whatever the ones that are like 2 hours and 50 minutes. It's like, that's enough time. I mean, at least give me something. I
Yeah,
can go
that's
on
more than
Thai
enough
Airways.
Mm-hmm.
Chicago to Denver is like right under it now. I'm like, really? Some bean counter knew what they were doing.
Oh, 100%. No, they nailed it because you're already getting screwed from Denver to Austin because it's like 2 hours and 15 minutes, whatever it is. It's just enough with miles that they're like, we're not feeding you, but it's just enough that it's like, I'm going
Irritating.
skiing for the weekend. I kind of wanted just to have a snack on the plane, and it just doesn't feel good.
Yeah.
So if you're a person that's flying a long distance but is connecting, you have 2 flights with no meal in either one.
Yeah. Sorry.
And Nikki just said she still wants the Hawaiian shirt. Well, Nikki, I'm sorry, but that's a secret. We're gonna maybe we'll let you know about them next summer.
So she's got another idea too that you mentioned earlier. So Nikki's renting a bigger Airbnb place too. So that's another thing to explore if you want to go. Like, start looking at that soon. Connect with some of the other folks that are going and get into that chat so that you guys can figure out, maybe get a cool Airbnb too, which sounds probably more fun than maybe staying at a hotel.
I like that.
And if there are any other hotels you can provide information on, that would be good. Just keep on adding them to that event that you scheduled. That would be great. Car rental, I don't advise. I've driven in Naples before. I will do it again, but I don't advise it for your Midwestern person here because they will definitely not have a good time driving around that city. If you're a New Yorker, it's kind of tough, but you'll still get it.
Yeah, I agree to that completely. Unless you have experience driving here or in India, I would not rent a car.
Or a scooter.
Yeah, not even that. My plan is, if we have less than 10 people, I'm going to rent a van. I'll rent it and drive everybody around, and we can just split the cost. I can drive here. I can drive anything here. So you just take out the insurance on it.
Insurance is cheap. Insurance is cheap. I guess trying to collect is a problem. But come on, when you come back to the States, are you frustrated?
Yes and no. So driving, I'm probably going to get shot at one of these days. I drive like a complete asshole. I have a big black Ram 1500 diesel pickup truck, and I will, if somebody's in my left lane, I will like start riding them. And here, if you get up near somebody and you hit your flashers, they'll actually move out of the way.
Not in the U.S.
In the States, they'll actually slow down. They think it's a challenge. Other than that, and other than the fact that, I mean, the Italian food here is really good. Everything else I kind of miss in the States. I've lived in Italy here since 2018. It's been almost 6 years. I got another year. I'm coming home. I miss Walmart. I hate saying that, but you go to an Italian grocery store, like a big box store here, and nobody knows how to wait in line. Nobody knows how to walk. The Napolitani are not like the people in Milan or Florence. They're a little bit a little bit odd. They're not patient. They all cut in line. Nobody's organized. I loathe going to the mall here. And
Do they carry guns?
Sorry?
Do they carry guns?
They're not officially like very allowed here, so I don't think there's a lot of people with them. I can't have one, which is a mess. But anyway, yeah, I'm pretty sure if I don't know. I'm pretty sure if they had guns, I'll be honest, if they had guns, they'd be shooting them in the air, just like with the fireworks that you can hear outside. I guarantee it.
Italy's a fun country. It's a fun country.
And Napoli is I think the most insane of all of the cities. The most.
Have you been
wild.
further south?
Catania. I mean,
Better or worse?
All right. So I've driven in Sicily 3 times. No. Take that back. I've been to Sicily 3 times. I have driven there twice, and both times I got in a car wreck.
Wow.
The first time I was in Sicily for all of about 30 minutes, and I was leaving the ferry, and I stopped at a crosswalk. The only reason I stopped is because it was a child and a parent crossing, and without warning, without pausing or anything, they just started walking. So I had to stop, and the person behind me just hit me. And then
because they weren't going to stop, were they?
I don't know. I mean, I don't know. She didn't have a driver's license. She didn't show me a license. I'm pretty sure she didn't have one. She just gave me her husband's insurance. They paid me. I've been paid more than the value of my $1,000 car multiple times.
Nice.
But I actually the only time I've ever almost missed a flight was in Sicily. I had a work trip. We're going from Sicily to somewhere else in Europe. I don't want to say, but in the middle we stopped in Munich, and we had I blocked out the whole day to do a layover and go to Oktoberfest. We had to travel on a weekend, so it's not a work day, so we're gonna go to Oktoberfest for the day. But going to the airport, leaving plenty early. Stopped at a stop sign. That was my first
mistake.
That's my first thing I did wrong.
Mm-hmm.
So somebody smacked into the back of my rental car.
So I'm getting just don't rent a car and just jump on the van.
Don't rent a car here, man. Don't do it.
Well, when I rented a car there, I went to the Avis desk and I told her I wanted a car, and I had already made the reservation. She goes, "Are you going to be parking it on the street?" I said, "Maybe." She goes, "Then it'll be stolen. So you should take out the insurance." So she guaranteed me it'd be stolen. Then I said, she goes, "Are you going to the Amalfi Coast?" I said, "Yes." She goes, "Then you'll probably have an accident. So you want the insurance." So both times she said, and I'm thinking there's going to be a $600 number on this insurance package. It was €25 or €30. I said, done. So, and I said, if I push the car off a cliff and it catches fire and blows up, what happens? She goes, nothing. It's not your problem if you take the insurance. I said, done. So I took the insurance. It was great.
They've gotten worse. So one of my employees, he works in Spain. He came here for a training, and he rented a car, and he got the insurance. Supposed to get the insurance. He got the insurance. The door got dented, so he returned the car and everything. He's like, the door's dented. He's like, I got the insurance. He's like, all right, well, we're going to charge you this damage administration fee of €75, which is more than the cost to fix the dent to begin with.
Okay.
Yeah, I had our travel agent fight that. But yeah, they charged him a fee for using the insurance. And it was with Europe Cars, with a major car renter place. So, yeah.
Okay. So that's pretty funny. We have a question from Kimberly Wu. How early do we need to commit? So I think you should probably commit some deadlines as soon as you can think of them on some of these trips, some of these packages, so people can set it, and then you can know how big it's going to be. Because if you wait till April or May, it may be rough to book something. So I
agree with that. What am I saying? Is 90 days too far in advance? Is that doable?
If you think the pricing will still be good in 90 days in advance, it all depends on when you have to book by with some of these places to get the boats that you want and the price that you want and everything else. So some of them may be 90, some may be 60, some could be 120. I guess you have some places in mind now.
Yeah, I've contacted the boat place. They said I can switch boats as long as I give them a deposit. They'll just move the deposit around between their boats.
Okay.
I have some firm numbers. I mean, I'm going to be at this event, and a few other people I think are definitely going to be there. So I think I can put money down, and I can pick anything from like the 6-person boat all the way up to the 50-person boat. So I think that'll work.
Okay.
I don't think I'll take people.
We should probably start looking at the event and asking people to check off whether they're going to plan on attending or not, so we can start getting a head count. And then people should start, once they start checking on the box if they're coming or not, we can create a chat like we did for the past parties. And then everybody can start communicating in the chat. You have to provide deadlines, how much you want, by when. And I know I met with Kelly, Kelly Janis, she hosts the Marriott Ambassador Group. She's out of Cleveland. She's in our group too. She has a plate that says Deep H2O. So she's a diver. But she plans on trying to book some other things too a couple of days earlier. So there may be some news about that as well. So we may want to distribute them in that. She wants to do a food tour. She wants to do a few other things. So other people may have other things they want. People can break off into smaller groups before your event and maybe after your event. So I plan on going to other parts of Europe after your event is over, if I'm still able to walk. So that's, I think, Scott, are you planning on going?
I don't think I can. I was just telling Matt that we got
Matthew,
the Costa Rica event. It's Matthew. It's Matthew and Matt, right? Matthew, so that we can distinguish him from the other Matt. No, it's college year for Kayla, so we're going to be going to visit all the colleges this summer, which Kim reminded me. I forgot that that's a real thing for parents. Like, you got to make sure your kid gets into a good school and support them on that. So
my parents just let me go. Said, go do what you want, figure it out.
I don't remember doing that. I remember, like, whoever accepted me and got me out of the house, they were like, just get there, just get them out. So I guess the world's different now. So
yeah, a little bit. And I think it must be Nikki, who says that something about Robert and Katie found a different hotel near the Renaissance. So there are some other hotels, but obviously the neighborhood, and the neighborhood can be questionable depending on where you go.
Yeah, all I can say is don't stay in the Spanish Quarter, but that's not a really place where they'd have a lot of hotels. Anything next to the Renaissance is not bad. Whatever you do, don't stay at the Holiday Inn. Holiday Inn, that's where all of our contractors always stay. And it's like, oh, this is within per diem. It's close to the base. It is in a business district. There's nothing there at night, and you got to get in a car to go anywhere, and it sucks.
Okay.
Everything else isn't so bad. If you're near the Renaissance, or you're near a metro station, you can get to where we're going to be going, because we'll meet up at the Renaissance. There's a metro station right in front of the hotel. It's called Municipo, and yeah, anywhere near there is pretty good.
And the harbor's is nearby, so there's lots of nice bars and restaurants. And there's a castle to visit right up the hill with the funicular. It's really an interesting area if you can avoid getting pickpocketed.
Yes. You could bring actually those fanny packs that United has in Polaris. Yeah. I highly recommend taking that and using it. You can put that under your shirt, and you will not get pickpocketed by a gypsy. I recommend that. I recommend. I'm never against taking the metro. Just be aware of your surroundings. Don't put your wallet in your back pocket. Yeah, there's a lot near the hotel. It's walking distance to the Galleria Umberto. It's beautiful over there. It's the Lungomare. Lungomare is a little bit of a walk, but it's not too far. That's the ocean front you'll want to go to eat, if you want to eat on the water. And then you have Castle Nuovo is the one that's right next to the hotel, and then you have the castle at the top of the hill. Museums are very close by. You have the Naples Archaeological Museum. It has all the artifacts from Pompeii. Take you multiple days to go through the whole museum. That's a couple metro stops away. It's technically walkable too. Toledo Street, also near the hotel. That's where all the shopping is. That's where you do all your shopping. They have Shoe Alley, not too far from there.
Please don't broadcast that.
Yeah, there's bring an extra bag. You can do a lot of shopping here. You can buy a bunch of wine. Just get a bag and just put a roll of bubble wrap in it. Oh, fried pizza. Oh yeah.
Who posted that?
Who posted that? Just his Facebook user.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's coming up as Facebook user, but we'll find out. Once we
Alright,
look at the replay.
Yeah, fried pizza is pretty good. Also within walking distance of the hotel, I can give you guys. I mean, I'll be honest. I'm going to give you guys a list of food, but if you go and basically go to any restaurant and you just double check on Google that it has at least 4 stars out of 5, it's going to be good. It's really hard to find bad food here. When you go down the Amalfi Coast, you will find bad food. You'll find stuff that they're basically serving you Chef Boyardee and they're telling you it's Italian food. And it's got like, I found place with like 1 star.
Wow,
On Google.
that's hard.
It was like 1 or 1.5 stars. It was that bad. It was a full-on tourist trap. But anything in Napoli is going to be good. The food's amazing. But yeah, there's a few fried pizza places I can recommend. Yeah, the food here is pretty good.
Nice. I actually really want to just come for the food.
Yeah, come for the food. That last night, Sunday afternoon, Sunday evening, at Cantina Antonio Caggiano. It is the biggest meal I've ever had here in Naples. Last time I checked for the price, it was like $35,
Wow.
and it includes the wine tour, the wine tasting with the meal, and then the food. And I mean, the whole point is to get you full and get you nice and trash, and then you're just gonna go buy a bunch of wine. But it's a beautiful place.
$35 is nuts for something because that's going to be amazing, I'm sure.
Yeah, they do a good job here.
And you sound like you really don't want to leave.
No, there's a bunch of stuff I miss. I miss a bunch of stuff in the States.
You can't really miss Walmart. Come on, seriously.
No. Honestly, going to the grocery store here versus going to Walmart, I miss Walmart. Granted, I go to Walmart at night. So I go to Walmart at night, but I hate going to the store here. I'd rather.
It's so much fresher there.
The fruit and vegetables are fresh. The variety is not the same as the States. We have so much. Everything they have here is grown generally in Italy or in the surrounding areas,
which is great.
States, yeah, we bring stuff in from Brazil, from everywhere. We got much more variety throughout the entire year. Here, it's like you get peaches when they're in season. You don't get them the rest of the year.
Yeah, that's cool though, kind of. Like it's always weird when I get a blueberry and it's the middle of the winter and it's always from Chile or somewhere else, which is great. But it's cool when you're eating the local fruit. It's so healthy for you.
Yeah, the food here is very wholesome. It's delicious. For instance, my friend believed that he was completely gluten intolerant. Mm-hmm. He came here and he can eat gluten. He can't eat it in the States, and just because of the way that they grow the wheat, they don't use the
preservatives and everything they put in the food. Yeah.
It's glyphosate or whatever it's called. Yeah, that stuff that they're spraying on it is actually screwing you up, and it's not even the gluten for a lot of people. Like I'm actually celiac, so I can't do it. But I've had so many people who say they are and go to Europe and they're like, no, I'm fine now. It's crazy. Like the States, we're just like feeding you poisonous wheat.
Exactly.
Hey, it's the bottom line, right? It's all about the bottom line.
That's true.
They have all these food rules here, all these rules about if you're going to call it something like mozzarella di bufala is from this region, and it has to meet all these requirements for it to be like DOC or DOP mozzarella di bufala, and the quality is really good. You can't just have some crap that you're producing in Switzerland and call it mozzarella di bufala DOP. It has to be from here.
You got the hand thing going, man. You got it.
This means a lot of stuff here. You do somebody in their car, you're like, what are you doing? What are you doing?
So you have a couple of things to knock out for the people in the group. Get some deadlines going. Yes. Provide a little bit more information there so they know what they're going into, estimated pricing, and a couple of other hotels, I think. And I think we're good.
We're good. I think the event's going to be amazing. I want to get some underwater dive pics after that and see that city. That sounds cool.
Yeah, it's pretty neat.
I hope Peter shows up. He'll throw a camera.
Yeah, send those over to Peter
into the water, take some pictures. What's that?
Send those to Peter and get a nice YouTube video. I want to see that.
Yeah,
cool.
I said I would never go back to Naples again, but I'm coming for this trip. So my first time was also my last time. Oh, why don't you tell the people about that high fashion outlet that's about half an hour, 45 minutes outside of the city, especially if you want women to go shopping?
I know there is one. I have never been.
It's pretty painful. It's
Yeah, I've never.
Gucci and Fendi and all those places. So I think it's turned to a shopping trip too.
Yeah, I know there's one that exists, and
Mhm.
depending on the day that people are here, if it's a day that I'm not doing anything, maybe I could take people, or I can help them get there,
Mm-hmm.
or I don't know. I know there's one that exists, and there's people on our Facebook group for the Americans living here that say it's good. But that's all I know.
I've been there. It's good. It's good.
Awesome.
Anything else?
I was gonna say other things, and if you while you're here, if you're expecting to be short on PQP for the year, you can do a mileage run. That's something else I wanted to say. That's the best part about living here is flying other airlines, and not for the reason you think, but for the reasons that you earn a lot of the time more PQP for your dollar. So
That one that you shared looked amazing. I remember you shared one. I was like, wow, that's genius. Yeah, that was good.
So I'm trying next year at some point to go to New Zealand. And if I can do it right, it does price out. It prices out on ITA Matrix, and it prices out on some of the OTAs that are maybe a little sketch. I might have to get a travel agent to book it, or actually call the airline, because Lufthansa won't sell online tickets for Air New Zealand. But I think you can call and book it. So I got to figure that out. But basically, it's like $3,200 business class the whole way to do Amsterdam to Frankfurt to Beijing and you spend a couple days in Beijing. You do up to a 144-hour visa if you're flying to a third country. Then do Auckland, and then come back, dip through Singapore, spend a night in Singapore. As long as you spend less than 24 hours there, the ticket price stays the same. And then Singapore to, I think, Frankfurt or Munich, and then back to Amsterdam.
Jesus, that's some trip.
Yeah, it's $3,200. It's like 6,000 PQP.
That's worth it. That's
Yeah.
absolutely worth it. Maybe you should just set up an event for that.
That is an amazing event that everyone just goes there and jumps on that. That's incredible.
Yeah. There's a bunch. There's the original one that I found was actually on Flyer Talk. Premium fare deals on Flyer Talk is a cool forum.
You mean you're not only in our group? No.
Flyer Talk's how I learned everything, man. They have like I have a Harley outside, and I'm making the payments on it via credit card, and I'm earning 5 miles a dollar.
It's the best.
And, yeah,
not bad.
Just minting my own miles. So, and I've been doing that ever since like 2016, 2017. Since my last year.
So you'll appreciate this, Matt. So one of the things that Kim and I did, and I feel horrible about this, when I met my wife, we were actually back in Boston. She had moved to Boston from New York. We worked for credit card companies, and we were the ones who were giving out free T-shirts to put the whole nation in debt, get all the college kids in debt on credit cards. But after we did that, we also learned about credit cards and all the things that you could get from it. So we destroyed the country, but now we simultaneously get more free flights, more free. I mean, it's crazy. We've got this down to a science where it's like, we might spend $100,000 a year on credit cards, and I'm getting like $30,000 worth of like flights and free hotels and everything every year. It's nuts.
Exactly.
You know what's irritating when a company wants to give you a 3 or 4% discount not to use a credit card. Like, damn, I'm going to give my miles. I'm going to save 4%. And is that worth the breakdown at that point? I guess if you analyze it, on $100,000 in spend, you can save $4,000. Is that 4,000 points? $4,000 ticket, is it worth $100,000 in points?
There's a formula for all of this. Like think like, okay, so I mean, we don't want to do a whole show on this, but the answer is yes, and there's a formula for all of it. Like right now, what we just did was I stopped using my Presidential Plus card because of where I was at. Like I already had enough PQPs, I had enough everything, so I started using it, and we went to a Capital One, so we just banked that one out. So I got all the deal from that. I got the bonus on that. So now I'm going to have a bunch of free nights to an all-inclusive in Costa Rica this summer. Like it just, if you're constantly playing the game, you can do
which
so
Capital
well.
One? The Venture, which Capital One card?
The Venture with $95 one.
Okay, because I was just looking at my PQPs for the year, and I had 800 PQPs on my Presidential Plus card, and I moved them over, and they said they don't count towards status.
Not the Flex PQPs. They only count up to platinum.
Right. So I figured, what's the point of the flex PQPs at that
If
point?
you're going to be platinum, they're useless. I keep thinking that they were going to do something with them, but they're not. They're letting them die. They're not
I
going
heard
to allow
next
them
year
to
they
do-
may be doing something though. I heard
well,
next
no,
year they may go to
they're
1K. I heard. I could be wrong.
Well, no, I think that letting the flex PQP the PQPs die out. I think they're using they're doing new stuff with towards 1K. They don't care.
I guess we'll find out. Hey Matt, what time is it there?
It is 21:37, 9:37 p.m.
Oh, not too bad. Is that your house behind? Is that are you? Is
That's
that,
what I said too. He's in his massive living room.
that's where you live?
Yeah, yeah. It's I like this house for what it is. It's a party house. I have events here for my Masonic Lodge. We had our Christmas party here. We lined up everybody on that staircase there.
That was the picture you posted the other day when I asked, what is this group that you mentioned? I asked Don what it was because Don is also a member.
Mason.
Yeah.
Don Bell. Okay.
Yeah.
Masons, huh? All right.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So I hosted it here. The place it's an interesting house. It's 2.5 bedrooms. It's 2 of the bedrooms are connected. So I make one of them an office and I have one as a guest room. So it works out for me. But it was hard to market. So the price was, well, compared to the other house here, is quite reasonable. The housing here for Americans working on the base is insane. My rent is probably as bad as it is in California.
Wow. That sucks.
Well, let us know.
Hey, my work pays for it. That's the only reason I'm here.
There you go.
Some people are interested about that Amsterdam Auckland trip. So I'd be curious to know more about it if you start planning something.
That
Yeah,
sounds
What
like,
it would be.
yeah, that sounds like a no-brainer.
Yeah, let me. I'm probably gonna post some of my crazy flights that I come up with. There's a few. I probably spend. I mean, the first couple years I got 1K. I didn't spend very much to hit the status. I mean, last year, I think I finished out the year with a trip to Egypt. Flew down on Swiss, and then I flew back. It was a weird ticket. Flew back on Brussels Airlines from Hurghada to Brussels, and then Brussels to Naples. The way they price the ticket, I don't know how the logic works, but basically, if you booked an economy ticket, it was basically round trip. It was like $700, and if you book economy there and then business back, they actually fly an all economy plane to Brussels. And then Brussels to Naples would be business class. If you book that ticket in business, it dropped the price of the entire ticket $100, and it booked you in full Y, going all the way from Egypt to Brussels, and then in Z from Brussels to Naples. And I earned twice. I earned 1,300 PQP and spent $600.
That's it. So your lifetime on United must be shit, though.
Lifetime on United, yeah, it's awful. I mean, I only started flying and paying for flights. I mean, I traveled for work a little bit. I traveled for work in like 2015, a couple times for the first time, like traveling for work ever. And I earned a few miles, and I was like, oh, how many miles does it take to fly to like Australia somewhere? I have like 5,000 miles. It's got to get me somewhere, right? And I'm like, look, oh shit.
It's called an addiction.
Yeah, it is.
A lot of addicted people in the group.
Yeah. But even for the next few years, I didn't spend very much. I racked them up via credit cards and referrals, and I actually have a blog and a YouTube page. Everything points to the blog, and everything points to my referral links. So,
very nice. What's your YouTube page?
No
self promotion. Sorry.
Yeah.
Kidding.
Go ahead. I do have a YouTube page. You probably can just find me by typing my name in there. I think it's just my name.
Okay. How are you and Matt Piotrowski not related?
I mean, we're probably go back a few generations than we are, but I have.
You're not even curious.
I haven't really talked to him very much about that, but I'm going to actually, I don't know if I know my uncle actually, who's down in Melbourne, Florida. He actually does Ancestry. So I'm going to find this out because, I mean, it can't be that big of a family tree.
Well, yeah, Petrowski's like, I grew up in Boston, and so you've got a large Polish community, you've got a large Irish, Italian. So,
really,
Yeah, like there was Petrowski.
Never heard it before.
I've definitely there's Petrowski's, like there definitely is. I mean, they're there.
Like Smith, like
So I don't think
Goyette,
it's not quite Smith, but it's probably as
like
common as
Goyette,
Goyette.
common name.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't know Goyette was common until social media came out, and I realized there's a ludicrous amount of them in Canada, like ludicrous. I thought it was like the only Goyette in the world, and I'm like, no, not even close. They're out there. Cool. So everybody's got to get to Naples.
Why don't we do this? Why don't we try to tell Matt to have another one of these chats maybe in a month when he's got all those details nailed down?
Cool.
And then
yeah, a month or two, we can do another one of these things. We got to do. I mean, if you know for sure you're coming, keep the little checkbox on the event page. Let's get everybody nailed down. Let's get the numbers figured out so we can actually figure out what boat we need to book and getting our transportation set up. Room block, I'm going to see about doing that. I'm contact the hotel. They are notoriously cheap with trying to like give discounts. My buddy was staying there for 30 days and he asked for a 30-day rate and they said, no, we're still going to give you a rate that's over per diem just because we can fill this hotel. If anybody stayed there before, in the last few years, they've refurbished the place. It is a little bit nicer.
good.
Yeah. Before, I would probably say it was, as far as Naples hotels, one of the nicest ones. As far as Renaissance hotels, one of the worst ones. Now the rooms have all been refurbished. All of the worn down wood has been repaired, replaced, covered. All the furnishings have been replaced. It's a bit better.
Breakfast still up on the patio on the top on the roof.
Breakfast is on the roof. Honestly, that's one of my favorite parts. I mean, it is European breakfast. It's not the full on like hot buffet that you're used to. It's a few hot items, bunch of carbohydrates, and a pancake machine, if I remember correctly.
Oof.
Fresh pancakes. You press a button and they come out. Yeah, having an espresso up on the roof and looking down.
It was a beautiful morning when the sun's coming up, and then you're sitting there having your eggs, and it was nice. It was very nice.
Yeah,
and that was December. That was December when I was there, so I'm sure that June will be much nicer.
Yeah, it's pretty cold right now. It's 48 degrees outside right now, so it's a little cold.
Not cold enough for fireworks.
Sorry?
Not too cold for fireworks.
Never too cold for fireworks here. Every day. They tried to ban them in 2021 for New Year's. They said no fireworks this year. And I have video of it. And it was beautiful. The whole city was all lit up. Nobody cares. You cannot control people.
That sounds like Texas right there. They ban stuff all the time, and they're like, no, there's fire bans, there's this and that. Just look up in the sky. It's ignored. So maybe Naples and Texas are the same place.
Yeah. It's insane out there.
Nice. All
right. Cool. Scott, anything else?
So, no, everybody get to Naples. Make sure you do this event. It sounds like a ton of fun. If you're not sure about it, get sure, make it happen. Unless you got a kid in college that you got to take to schools. All right. Love you guys. Have a beautiful rest of your day or night for you, Matt, and for you, Evan, rest of your day.
Matt, hold on for a second once we disconnect.
Love you guys. Peace.